Welcome to Uninfluenced. I've never been the one to say that. 30 some odd goddamn shows. I've never said welcome to Mike. I mean,
that's what I got to do last time. I thought it was fucking great.
It was great.
that was good shit.
That's why we had to move studios.
On the next mic drop, I'm gonna be like, welcome to Uninfluenced.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean,
We can cuss now.
fucking A, Joe Bob.
Yeah.
What's up, ladies, gentlemen?
Yeah, so y'all will notice the studio's different. We moved to make things more convenient on us, not you guys, because fuck y'all.
We moved a solid 15 feet away.
It's true.
Yeah, so we get to give you guys two different looks, still in the same room. So mic drop is still back that way, but not far. Like, we could literally record 2 episodes at the same time.
Yeah.
We should do that and like do crossover. You hear voices over there that are coming from this side.
We get some COVID-19 fucking plexiglass wall put up in between.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
A racquetball court fucking glass wall in between. That'd be pretty awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
You guys play racquetball ever?
Hell yeah.
I don't think I ever actually have.
I've never played racquetball. My dad played handball a lot growing up, which guys that play handball kind of make fun of guys that play racquetball because handball is hard. I mean,
Handball's a bitch.
like well, that and I mean, you're hitting the ball with your fucking hand. Like
Right.
you're wearing a little. It looks like a batting glove for baseball. It's just a thin little leather glove. But sometimes, I mean, a lot of guys don't even wear them. But that's a fucking man sport, no doubt about it. He played that shit all growing up and used to just beat the shit out of himself. You'd fucking stumble home, barely be able to walk. And but yeah, he loves that shit.
I can see your dad playing handball.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. But
Racquetball, I used to play at the gym because I fucking hate cardio.
yeah,
So instead of doing my cardio, we'd go get in 30, 45 minutes of racquetball.
I like to play squash.
I just lost. You just got unfriended. But you come out of that fucking, because it's a glass fucking room with barely any
hot as
AC,
fuck.
fucking sweating like you stole some shit.
Yeah.
Sore, can't lift weights to save your fucking life over there with some tins, fucking my shit.
Getting your pump,
The burn.
getting the final pump.
It's the best kind of exercise, though, because, you know, it doesn't feel like exercise. You get to the end, you're like, oh, man, that was great. Yeah.
What was your go-to game growing up?
Video games. No, I was a big fan of, like, rock climbing.
Color
like,
me surprised.
And anything that, yeah, seriously, anything that felt more like an experience and less like exercise.
Yeah.
Like, if I feel like I'm going somewhere or there's rules, I'm playing a game, like, then it's way easier, like, than just pumping or cardio. God, I hate cardio.
Pumping cardio.
That's right, pumping cardio. You know it.
Here you go. Since you're a video game guy, I'm going to ask this question.
Oh, no.
And this is a fan question. I'm not going to say which fan because this dude always sends shit in. Fucking nosy motherfucker. Do you remember up, up, down, down, left, right, B-A, B-A, that's backwards. It's A-B, A-B.
Start select.
Hey, yep. Start select.
Contra.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that
Fuck
shit.
yeah. 99 lives in Contra. Yeah, the Contra code.
Where I'm very disappointed is because I read the up, down, down part, and I was like, okay, I know where he's going. I didn't read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, he gets halfway through, and it's right, and then the shit just goes south.
Is it A-B-A-B? What was B-A-B-A? I don't know.
Maybe it is B-A-B-A, and then select start.
Mike, I'm a little surprised you got it.
Yeah.
I did not expect you to whip out Contra.
I grew up in that era. I didn't have Contra.
Right.
But you know, most of my friends had fucking Nintendos and whatever. So sleepover time, I'd fucking play games with them, and then I'd go bitch at my parents for not letting me have a fucking video game unit.
Yeah.
But
Not giving you the good shit.
no, looking back on it, I'm goddamn glad that they you know held out the way that they did. But
The shit's addicting.
yeah,
I mean, it is a form of addiction, and people don't realize that. But I wish we wouldn't have got one. We got one from that good old Santa Claus fuck stick, and
That old chestnut, huh? That's
Yeah,
Santa Claus
that
guy.
old fat bastard.
yeah,
That's right.
motherfucker. But my shit was Super Tecmo Bowl
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
Get Lawrence Taylor run in there. You could see him shoot a line and then run through the line.
It's invincible.
Shit was fucking
Can't be stopped.
amazing.
Yeah.
I want to know who put the comment up about being a naughty sex slave giving Roadhead and the pista.
Yes.
Is that a dude? Is it a dude? Are you a dude? 'Cause I got to tell you, the handle sounds like a dude.
Yeah,
Seems
100%.
like a dude.
Am I assuming your gender? Fuck yes, I am.
100%. This is what I read last night and send to Mike laughing. And you send the emoji sometimes when shit's funny, you know, laugh my ass, but I was legit laughing, like tears coming out of my Dodie McNewbie.
The Dottie? Is that who it is?
Doodie.
DOO.
That's
So duty?
Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, dude is the root word of your first name.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be Mike's personal, dirty little sex slave and give him roadhead in his pista.
It's probably a real person who actually wants that. I mean, I bet
Was
that's
definitely a real person.
yeah. I don't think that's a gag. I bet that's a real individual on the internet who
Well, if
wants to be a part of that experience.
they paid attention to the whole backdoor activity in the live chat the other fucking day, it was,
That was yesterday.
yeah, shit was getting hairy yesterday.
I walked right into it too. I was like, the fuck did I just step into?
Yeah. It was something different. Guys, I'm not playing on my phone 100%. I'm actually reading notes.
And viewer questions.
And viewer questions, tons of viewer questions I got. I think I want to get more into that because I think we overwhelmed people with all the business talk last week. People really love us talking business.
Burton was great.
Burton was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was enjoyable. But I'm going to change it and go to the viewer questions this time.
That's right.
And unfortunately, the person who always sends shit's fucking Brandon. Get a job. I'm just kidding. He sends
Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah,
we
thanks,
appreciate
Brandon,
it.
you fuck stick. Have you ever ate at Snow's Barbecue? Dollface asked that. I never have. It's down by Austin.
I haven't. I'm familiar with it. But I mean, all those places that are on like the top 10 lists and whatever, Texas, nationwide, whatever, are always so fucking busy that for me, like, I'm just not going to fucking stand there for 6 hours and wait to eat something. Like, I'm sure it's really good. I've not eaten at Franklin's, not eaten at Snow's, I've not eaten at La Barbecue, I've not eaten at Lockhart's. You know, I mean, any of those that, I mean, even Pecan Lodge here in Dallas, there's those kind of lines, you know. Hutchins has lines, but they're pretty fucking efficient. And I mean, to me, they're my favorite barbecue that I've had, other than maybe Cadillac's.
Yeah.
The Cadillac's only open, I think it's Thursday, Friday for lunch until they sell out.
What's the one on Roy City? In Roy City, it started out with two younger,
Smoke Sessions?
yes, two younger guys,
Yeah.
and everything. I need to hit that up, but everything I read on it's badass.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good shit about that place.
We're a lot alike when it comes to restaurants. I won't sit and fucking wait too long, and if I can call ahead, that's my jam. Like, hey, I'm gonna be there at 7.
Yeah, big time.
DoorDash and fucking Uber Eats and all that has been. I mean, it's like just game changer.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
dude, I don't have to fucking interact with anybody, and I can get fucking the food that I want.
Yeah.
I can let my food sit in the back of
Yeah.
a stranger's car for 45 minutes before it gets to me.
Oh, I won't drink the drinks. I don't know why, but the motherfuckers come. Like, sometimes you'll get them and they're taped up. I'm like, okay, I'll drink that. But I've got them sometimes where they're like a straw in there.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, did you motherfucking drink my shit on the way?
Yeah, with no fucking wrapper on the top.
You get
That's right.
Or you get the shit, Tom's about to pull up to your house and it's some fucking chick pulling up with fucking 18 kids in the back of the fucking minivan.
Or like,
Kid eating on your chips.
or just in the ride from the restaurant to there, like if it's a paper bag, it smells like smoke, and it's not a fucking barbecue joint. You're
Yeah.
like, how much did you smoke between picking the shit up and dropping it off to make my food smell like an ashtray? Like, holy shit!
That's the only thing I don't like is the pre-tip. Because I'm tipping you and I don't know what the fuck I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're already getting a tip.
Pre-tip is bullshit, 100%.
Fucking
Yeah.
hate
It's ridiculous.
pre-tip.
Which is weird because with Uber, it's afterwards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But for food, it's
DoorDash, yeah.
tough shit. I mean, even on Uber Eats, you got to pick beforehand.
Yeah, and DoorDash is the same way. That's when I knew I wanted to marry my wife. It wasn't the good sex, the blowjobs.
Because when she delivered my food,
No,
goddamn
this no bullshit. It's the first weekend we like got together and did a us thing. You know what I mean? And we meet halfway, and we're in Florida, the Panhandle up there, and we go to a sushi restaurant. This is before Hawaii ruined sushi for me. And we walk in. We're both dressed up pretty decent. You know, I got my ironed T-shirt. And we walk in and, hey, table for two. And they said, it's going to be 45 minutes. And she looks right at her. Y'all make this shit to go? And I was like,
I got some dick to back into.
yeah. I'm like, shit, do I have a wedding ring for this bitch now?
Yeah. Does your wife ever say shit like that, Zach?
Hey, what? Can we get shit to go?
No, come on. You can't know that. You think I give a shit about whether or not
I didn't. Sorry, I was over here. What did I miss? Yeah. No.
you getting bashful.
She does not usually say stuff like that.
Oh,
She's not vulgar.
She's one of those younger like millennial wives, right? Like
Let
she's
me
not
tell you
she's not
something.
into it. She doesn't go for it like the older gals do.
No, wait a minute. like those older gals.
As far as I know.
There are millennials.
Which, y'all don't know a whole lot
There
about.
are
so
plenty
I'm not talking
of,
about
you're over here nervous kicking cameras
kicking
and
cameras.
shit.
All right, it's fine. You know what?
You're fidgeting, Zach.
I am fidgeting.
Look at this motherfucker.
All right, okay, all right. Lay it on me.
Oh, it's fucking great. No, I was just going to say, like, it's not like millennials are exempt from being filthy bitches. I mean, there are.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to
Maybe I'm
say,
talking to the wrong ones.
I'm not going to say how I know this, but I know this.
the internet's a double-edged sword that way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I will say the millennials ain't into like, choke me, motherfucker. They're not into that shit. Like the older chicks, bitch will bring a belt with the motherfucking talking about it's halfway around my neck. Bitch, you crazy
like
motherfucker.
wants to watch Freddie and Jason for foreplay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, choke me the fuck out.
Really get excited.
Yeah, chicks our age, they're nymphos, but they're crazy as fuck too. Yeah. Talking about, okay, so check it out. We're going to go have sex, but I want to wreck the car right when I'm about to climax. What? No, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bitch, you're crazy.
Well, I guess you're right. I mean, we do have the OnlyFans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of OnlyFans. You know,
Who do you subscribe to?
Lots of women. Nobody right now. Although I have a buddy who claims he can find anybody's account on there, like without paying a dime. He's got a way, and I'm like, you haven't hacked OnlyFans. You know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, so if you don't actively subscribe to any of them, why would you be a big fan of OnlyFans?
I love the idea. It's brilliant. It's amazing. Well,
I'm on to use Zach.
thank you. Listen, if I could be a whore on the internet for money, I would. Every day of my of course.
What would you do cam wise? Like, would you cam? Would you do porn?
Whatever people pay for.
that
Oh
right?
my God. Oh yeah.
No
Oh,
shame.
Yeah.
You'd do anything.
I'd hang it all up, man. If I could stay home for a living and take a few snaps a day, do a couple videos, and make that fat cheddar. What I mean, what
I'm saying, if you get a dude who's like, hey, I just
Bite your
sent you-
toenails. And
bite your toenails while sticking this wine bottle
I want
up
you
your
to
cooch.
take a cargo strap, wrap it around your back and behind your knee, and I want you to shrimp yourself. You would do that?
I don't know if I'd be able to physically pull that off.
Let's just assume that you could.
Yeah.
I need some practice for the right amount of money. Yeah, I'd do that.
So, okay, then this begs the question, what the fuck else would you do throughout the day if you had basically, disposable income?
Yeah.
And you didn't have to go anywhere. What the fuck else would you do other than suck on your own toes for money?
Put marketing into my OnlyFans account, I guess, and take on the world as the new OnlyFans star. I don't know what I'd do, but I would definitely be a whore. For
I'd
money
shoot
on the
ping
internet.
pongs out my snatch at my dogs.
Yeah.
Get a plastic sleeve with some blow darts and go full fucking Phuket, Thailand style. Yeah.
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 Big time.
Why not?
Yeah, you got to go thug.
Where do we go from here?
And we started with pizza.
I don't know how this happened.
Barbecue, I think's where it
Back into
started.
this.
So if you could go anywhere, again from Dollface, if you could go anywhere outside of the U.S., where would you go and why?
For vacation or just in general?
Vacation. She put travel, so I'm going to.
For me, I would tour all of the Nordic countries.
Like Nordic track.
Yeah, Nordic track. Where is Nordic track again? I think it's between Buttfuckistan and I would Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark. Really, that whole fucking region. I would spend time there. Most of my lineage is from Norway and Denmark, so there's actually the last name Ritland in Norway is actually fairly common. We did when I was a trainer on the West Coast for the SEAL K9 program, we went and cross-trained with almost every fucking European special operations K9 unit. It was a phenomenal fucking trip. We spent a couple weeks in Holland, primarily in Amsterdam, but a couple different places there, and all these fucking groups come and converge, and there were some Norwegian special forces guys there, K9 guys, and when they heard my last name, they were like, fucking Ritland, what? And so they gravitated over, and they're like, yeah, that's like Smith or Johnson in the United States. Like Ritland's a very common name.
Oh wow.
But there's an area, and I don't know where it is. It's somewhere like in the foothills of some of the mountains going up to the fjords, I guess. That's like there's Ritland farms, and there was a Ritland farm where a crater. I think it's called the Ritland crater that has all this fucking history and not just from obviously Norway, but like a fucking asteroid hit 5 million years ago or whatever, and there's these farms around that area that are pretty neat. I had an article done on me in a popular magazine, and the writer of it, she's actually the one that found out all this shit. I had no idea. She gave me it was a chunk of asteroid crater fucking material from that area.
Oh, that's badass.
Like, Jesus Christ, like I didn't even know that shit was there. And so yeah, there's this chunk of fucking asteroid from outer space that was, built into this fucking land where my family name comes from, which is pretty neat.
That's badass.
Yeah.
So your lineage has always just been naming shit after yourselves.
Yeah, like to keep it modest.
I didn't know Ritland was from that. Have you met a lot of Ritlands here in the U.S.? I mean, is it a very common name here? I can't think of any.
No, it's for sure not common. But there are pockets up in the Midwest. They're all, from Norwegian settlements in the late 1800s, early 1900s, which is when my most of my family got here.
Yeah.
And my dad's dad was the first generation born here. His parents came here from Norway in the late 1800s, I think.
Huh. Where are the Holdens from? Was that German?
These nuts.
Okay.
It's a country right outside.
Yeah, all right.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I wonder what that's.
I haven't ever looked it up. Where would you travel outside the United States?
I think I'd go to like Rome, Italy, somewhere with a lot of rich history. My dad was a history teacher, and that always stuck with me. So I'd want to go somewhere that I don't know, stuff lasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I want the full experience. So I want the traditional Viking, go out into the more rural areas and wooded areas and the fjords, and maybe even fucking be on boats in some of those areas, the inlets and stuff where they had trading posts and camps set up. But I would also like to check out the more urban cultural areas as well. I'd like to spend a fucking month there and really kind of experience that whole fucking culture and see what it's like. I've never been to that area. I've been to Europe a number of times, again primarily Holland. But Germany and Spain and elsewhere, both in the military and buying dogs, but never up north that way. So
you got a preference on cold weather versus hot weather?
Fucking cold weather.
Really?
Every fucking time.
Good for you. Me too. Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
You can always warm up.
Yeah.
Always.
The only caveat hot weather wise that I like if I wanted a legit no shit vacation, a do nothing vacation.
Okay.
Like Bora Bora or somewhere like that where you're staying in a hut where you're in nothing but catch me, fuck me shorts or nothing at all, in a little beach hut or something like that. Then I like hot weather.
Sure.
But that's about it. You know. Otherwise, I fucking hate it.
Right.
That's where my go-to was going to be Bora Bora. Yeah. But I'm sitting here that is outside the U.S., right?
Yeah.
But when you can rent those huts that have the drop-in straight to the fucking water.
And they're kind of out on their own. So
Yeah.
I imagine if you just lay there at night, you just hear nothing but cheeks slapping and fucking screaming. It's got to just be a fucking orgy out there.
Oh yeah, that place is fucking beautiful too. Anytime you look it up,
it's a bitch to get to. That's the thing.
Yeah, because you got to jump a couple planes, don't you?
Yeah, I mean it's like a fucking 30 hours of traveling to get there.
I didn't know that.
But,
and if I were to do it, I'd have to spend 10 to 15 days there because you're going to be so fucking wore out from the travel there.
A couple days.
Travel back, and you're going to have to take a couple days off once you get back to reacclimate.
Vacation from your vacation.
Yeah.
Thin walls out in Bora Bora.
It seems like every time I vacation, I come back more wore out than when I fucking went on vacation.
For sure.
It's like this fucking vacationing shit sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, for that type of vacation, as much as a place like that would be cool, it'd probably be better to go to the Bahamas or Bermuda or somewhere that's not that fucking far away.
Yeah, just fly over to fucking Hawaii or some shit for a little while.
Yeah, I mean it's even closer than that. I mean from here it's a couple-hour flight to get to the Bahamas. So
Bahamas supposed to be pretty nice. I haven't been there.
Matt, have you told this story about why Hawaii makes you hate sushi? I feel like I'm familiar with that in passing. Yeah.
When I went to Hawaii a long time ago, I wasn't a sushi person. Then I got into sushi due to customers wanting to eat sushi. You take a customer out and they could eat fucking McDonald's 7 days a week, but when you're paying, them motherfuckers go to high-end restaurants. So we go to sushi, and I'm like, fuck, I don't eat this shit. I had a customer talk me into eating some sashimi and all that shit. And I wasn't a sashimi guy that much, but I liked the rolls. They were really good. So I was like, okay. I found a good place here, a couple good places, and we've gone to a couple good places. But in Hawaii, because their culture is 50-50, I would say maybe 70-30 of Japanese culture over there.
Yeah.
You go over there, you're eating real, as close to Japan I feel like you could get on U.S. territory in Japan.
Yeah.
And you're in the United States still. So we go the day of our wedding, and we go to this high-end ass restaurant. It was in the hotel lobby.
Is the day you're getting married?
The day of, it was that night, kind of our honeymoon, on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
And we go down to eat, and it's like the highest rated on the island, but it's in this hotel, and there's 4 tables, and then the sushi bar and the L like normal. And the dude cooking for us is a legit Japanese fucking dude, and they're cooking. All the chefs are talking in
kind of
Japanese.
Yeah.
And oh no, they roll everything right there. It was just badass to watch. Well, they're talking in Japanese. We did the normal thing. We see what we wanted, that we knew, I like this, I'm gonna get this, while we look at some of the weird shit they have. Yeah. So we order it, and you could tell the look on this dude's face, like it's almost a disgrace, but he's so used to it, it's like, okay, what the fuck ever.
Tourist, right?
So he starts rolling shit like it ain't nothing, over here talking. You're probably talking about this fat motherfucker married to this hot bitch over here. I'm making him a spicy tuna roll. Like this motherfucker could have went to Kroger.
Yeah.
Well, then he's walking back by, and we're like, hey, and we started ordering sashimi and shit like that. We saw what we wanted. And there were 3 things my wife ordered. And he said, his eyes got real big. He said, do you want to know what's in that? And she said, no, I want to eat it, and then you can tell me what it is.
Hell yeah.
But she eats it, and he's over there at this point. Then he's fucking sitting there talking to us about all kinds of shit, and my personality starts coming out, and we're just bullshitting. And that motherfucker was probably one of the most racist ass dudes, not towards like black people, white people. Motherfucker hated Chinese people.
Really?
Oh, dude, he was talking so much shit about Chinese people. Chinese guy comes, asks him, hey, man, we want to buy your property. It's a little 2-bedroom, 1-car garage. They offered him like almost $2 million. And he told the guy, he said, man, if you wasn't Chinese, I'd sell it right now.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
But she ate crab brain and all this shit. But the shit was so fresh there.
Right.
Yeah.
You come here, and we go to what?
You go to the grocery store.
Everywhere around Rockwall, we go, and it's like, this is ass.
To me, it's kind of like vegetables that you get out of your own fucking garden versus shit at the store. It's that same kind of thing. Like when it's fresh and done right, shit that doesn't even taste good all of a sudden tastes fucking
like
good.
Tomatoes out of my dad's old garden. Yeah. I go pick one, wash it, and I'd make tomato sandwich with fucking mayonnaise and just
dash of fucking salt on
salt
fresh
and pepper,
tomatoes. Yeah, I mean.
Nothing like it. And you go try that shit, go to Tom Thumb or something, pick you up a
terrible
tomato, and that bitch has got a worm in the middle.
Yeah. That's funny. We got a place up in Michigan, and my family's got a family farm up there. Same damn thing. I'll eat a tomato sandwich once a year. It's up there because I know they grow it, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I think Nobu wasn't bad. I'd go back. It's not like, this is some of the best sushi. That place we went to up north.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, wait a second. How did that lead to you hating sushi? I missed that part.
Because it was so fresh when I came back here.
It's
so,
nothing like it. I got it.
For example, yes, a spicy tuna roll there.
Yeah.
It's so pure and almost rich tasting. And it wasn't just at that place. It was a couple places we ate it at. Like we'd have poke bowls out of a fucking truck. And it tasted just pure and almost rich.
Yeah.
Like a rich chocolate. And it's like, holy shit. And then you come here and it tastes like a motherfucker got it out of a play sandbox, threw that shit in between some rice. And it's like, this fucking sucks. The fuck y'all getting y'all's fucking spicy tuna from?
Yeah.
Like chicken of the sea rolled up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, so, unless it's I hate to sound like a bougie asshole, but unless it's really high-end, nice sushi, that's the only way you're going to get anything close to what you're going to taste over there.
You know what you like, right? That's good. Yeah.
I'd like to not go try sushi over in Hawaii so I get a $6 roll up the street that's cheap as fuck.
That would cut the fucking mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it changed things. It's kind of like we talked about before, if you eat a good Wagyu beef steak, a real one,
Yeah.
all other steak and shit you try is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that steak that I was eating yesterday when you came in it's American Wagyu, but to me it's that perfect mix because I've been eating clean enough, long enough for the last few years to where if I eat like legit A5 fucking Wagyu, dude, that shit fucking wrecks me, man. Like it's just too rich. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can only eat a few bites of it or it'll make me fucking sick. And the brand that I order from is called Cow with a K, KOW steaks, and they're out of Iowa, and it's American Wagyu, but it's like a good mix in between. Like it's way more marbled than USDA prime here, like Angus or whatever, but about half as marbled as Wagyu, but it's marbled the same way. It's that real thin ribbon like.
Yeah, like that looked like a
fat.
damn good steak.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal, man. It's really good, and you can just order it. They send it, they mail it to you. So I'll order, a box of those once a month, and just fucking eat them throughout the month, and they're goddamn, they're good.
The place I was telling you in Dallas, we like to eat steaks. They found a farm here local that bought a bunch of Japanese Wagyu cows, brought them here, and they raise them. So I guess it's degraded now over time, but it's still way better than a normal steak. But it don't have that full rich.
Yeah.
But I totally get what you're saying, and you know what I mean. I'm a bunch of people. You go to a high-end restaurant, a real quality high-end restaurants. I've been to high-end restaurants that are shit.
Yeah. I mean, if they're charging by the ounce, it's legit.
Yeah. But you go to one of those, you eat the real food, and it almost sucks to have spent that much money because nothing is going to compare to it.
Yeah.
So the whole next year, you're saving up to go back to this fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that's with everything, right? It's like cars is the same way.
Yeah.
Drive a high-end fucking sports car and then go jump in a fucking Subaru.
Yeah, or a
it's
pickup truck.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not a knock on the other cars, but like if the experience is what you're after, it's going to ruin everything else. You know?
That's the reason. That's the reason I never got into heroin.
Yeah.
Is that right? That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Dude, look, when people tell you like Christmas morning will be worse every day for the rest of your life because it'll never feel as good as this one moment. Yeah, I don't know if I want that. I'm too scared, man.
Is that what they say about heroin?
That's what I heard. That's what scared me off it. I was like, fuck, dude.
Otherwise, you were thinking about trying it.
There was a moment, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like syringe. It was like a pill at a party. I mean,
That comes in a pill form? How do I not know this?
That's what I was told, man.
Man, I think someone was trying to give you
somebody-
something.
It was probably just Molly or
Yeah,
something.
someone
yeah.
was giving you an
I don't think
uppercut.
heroin comes
I've only seen heroin in a needle.
Really?
Well, you can smoke
You
it
can
too.
smoke it,
You
yeah.
can smoke heroin, yeah.
Yeah. But that's the only two ways I've seen. I've never seen one talking about, man, this pharmaceutical
They
grade.
said I had to put it up my ass too, which was crazy.
Yeah.
But both his hands were on my shoulders when he was putting it, so I don't know what.
It was awkward.
Yeah, but I got out of it. That wasn't for me. Yeah, I made the smart move.
Yeah. I've had cocaine offered to me a bunch of times because I joke all the time, say I'm on cocaine, but I'm not. I've had fucking acid given to me.
People do not think you're kidding when you say that.
Oh, I know
sometimes.
they
Yeah.
don't. I've had people quit because they think I'm a drug addict. But I've never went past. I would say the closest I've been to speed is mini thins. Back in the day when we could go to fucking gas station and get the legit mini thins.
It's a mini thing.
Oh, it's like fucking speed. But it used
White
to be.
Cross.
Yeah. It used to be over the counter. You could go to fucking 7-Eleven, and I don't even think they carded us.
Yeah.
You could go, and before every football game, anytime I was lifting fucking heavy weight, fucking pop 10 of those bitches.
10 of them?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then not long after that, they had hydroxycut.
The real hydroxycut.
Okay, I know about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I used to drink Red Bull when it first came out with 2 hydroxycuts. Dude, you could see my heart beating. Like my fucking chest sitting here fucking doing this shit. Probably why I'm on fucking beta blockers now to fucking keep my shit down.
God damn.
But I never wanted to try. I got a real addictive personality, and that's probably the cars, the bike, shit like that.
Yep.
I'd rather spend my time and money on that.
Well, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I quit drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm so scared, like when you offered me the good whiskey here, try this. And I wanted to because it had a good smell to it and everything. I was like, Man, next thing I know, Mike sends me a bill. Say, bro, we got fucked up last night. It's $3,000.
Why is my couch in my swimming pool right now?
I'm one of those guys. I told a guy at dinner the other night, I'm not one of those guys who sees a bottle and be like, yeah, that'll be good next week. Fuck that. We got it now. Let's drink it.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I mean, I used to smoke in high school and dipped for a long time. I mean, for years, decades, frankly. I mean, from the time I was 17 or so until mid 30s, and I just I'm that same kind of way. Like if it's motorcycles or gear or cars or whatever, like I just get hyper focused on it and go full fucking OCD on it. Which in some industries and arenas that's great. It makes business go well because you go all in and you're hyper focused on it. But goddamn, when it's something else that maybe is a little less productive or even destructive, then man, it can cause some fucking problems.
A lot of business owners are that way.
Yeah,
they're very all-in type people. Like
I think you have to be. I mean, because it's not a. I mean, I think that's why so many businesses that start fail is that they don't have they're coming from a 9 to 5. Like, well, my weekends are my weekends, and my nights are for family. And it's like it doesn't work that way when you own a business. Like if it's not your priority, it's going to fail.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and we're going to stay away from business this time. We're kind of
other than that,
bitches. So Nicholas Pierce asks, "Hello, boys. Do you guys still use radar detectors, or is it something better these days? Or is there something better these days? We'll be driving from North Carolina to Dallas for training at American Airlines for a month. Also, any good steak places near Fort Worth. Enjoy the podcast." So many people know I don't fucking use radar detectors.
I don't drive without one, Nick Pierce.
Yeah. Let's do a ticket count.
Yeah.
How many tickets have I got over the past couple months?
Well, I mean, are you talking about tickets that you actually received?
Received.
Yeah.
Or number of times
so one for me too, and it wasn't speeding. So
You didn't get that?
I've had one moving violation in the last, since you and I met each other.
Oh.
I've had one moving violation, and it was for
How many have been written?
Yeah, but that doesn't count. I mean, that's like convictions, right?
That is true.
Yeah. So
he's had one, and I've had one. How many times have we got pulled over?
Well, let me caveat that with the one time on the 2 times on the motorcycle. No, I don't have a fucking. There are people that use radar detectors on motorcycles. I know they make
That'd be cumbersome.
some that are for them, but you have to link them to like a Bluetooth thing, or you're not going to notice it. Obviously, you're not going to hear it unless it's going into some either speaker or headphone that you have on. So I haven't messed with that, but no, I just the fucking. So that was a wash. I didn't get a ticket for that for speeding, and another one on the bike, same thing. I was doing 62 and a 45, but it was passing a dude that almost ran me over, and the cop saw it. I don't know why he even pulled me over, honestly. Like if you saw it, you know why I gunned it past the guy, and I was on this actually, but he was more interested in the bike.
Yeah, talking about that.
But so the one egregious offense. There was no radar involved. Anyway, long story short, Nick, yes, I use a unit in because it has the best range. I don't know what the fucking model is, but Valentine makes really good ones. Passport makes good ones. They're all good, and I think it's like with most things, certain ones depends on what you want. For me, I wanted the best range possible. I don't care what direction it's coming from or what fucking band it is. I mean, it tells you the band. I think the Valentines are really good about whether it's forward or rear or side or whatever. Again, to me, I don't really give a shit which direction it's coming from. I just want to know, as soon as possible. And the unit in that I have, it's like a $280, $300 unit somewhere in there, and it works really, really well. I mean, I can say with confidence that it's saved my ass a number of times. Steak places, I don't know about Fort Worth, but I would come into Dallas. It's not that far where Pappas Brothers is. That's the steak place I would go to.
There's, I think there's a Bob's out in Fort Worth.
Bob's is good, but if since you're
Pappas
here for a
Brothers.
month and you want the experience, go to Pappas Brothers.
Yep.
Albernays isn't horrible. I haven't been to Pappas Brothers, so I haven't got to
We
compare.
gotta go then. 'Cause it's fucking. It's awesome.
I haven't done the comparison. Yeah, I don't use radar detectors, but I get pulled over all the time. If y'all want to see how to get out of those tickets, go watch the podcast where we teach y'all how to get out of those tickets.
Sign up to Patreon where we teach you how to. No, we don't.
No.
I mean, and we've been over this over and over again. It's about respect. We talked about this with window tint yesterday. I told you how dark all my windows are, and that's on every fucking thing I own. Yeah. But the first thing I do when I see lights, windows down, fuck that, and pulling over. Yeah. I don't want to give them a chance. All my shit, unless you're a cop, it's legal. But if you're not a cop, my shit's illegal as fuck.
To me, I mean, we talked about this yesterday. I don't like it actually on the driver and passenger windows. I don't like it darker than what's legal here in Texas because at night it's too
bad.
hard to fucking see.
Especially with our age, which I said that.
Yeah.
Or with the older I get, it's getting harder to see out of the car.
And even during the day, like when the rear is limo fucking black, like it's really hard to see out the back with the rear view mirror, which I don't like. So I don't like it too fucking dark. But
I still think the one cool thing about having a dark one is you can be next road raging like a mother. Fuck all y'all. Fuck you. And then like I've had my wife cussing people out, and then I've hit the window down slowly, and she's over there. The best thing is the time I got to see you get aggravated.
Yeah.
That part wasn't cool, but you see you reach out the hand. Yeah. I shit you not, I looked over at your other daughter. I said, what's going to make this the best fucking drive ever if the next window I see down is your sister's and her hand come out the window and little bitty finger flipping the motherfucker off.
I drove, it was a guy in like I think it was a Subaru Ascent, I think, the bigger 3-row SUV. And I don't know what he was fucking pissed about. He didn't cut him off, didn't fly by him, nothing. And for whatever fucking reason, he was on the passenger side. I wasn't looking at him. The windows in the Pista are not super dark. You can absolutely see both of us. Mm-hmm. Daughter's sitting there on the passenger side. She looks over at him. I'm looking forward, and he fucking flips her off. You know? And I'm like, you're gonna flip off my daughter, dude. I'm gonna fucking cave your head in. Mm-hmm. And that shit fucking pissed me off. And I'm not normally a road rage guy necessarily, but
no, because I've seen some spots where I would have been fucking livid the way some people fucking merge over on you and shit. And you let it go, but then the window came down. I see you flip. I looked at her. I was like, he's fucking pissed.
Yeah. No, I mean, if that guy had pulled over, I would have absolutely pulled over, and I'd have drug him out of the fucking car.
Yeah.
For that shit, he got the best of my emotions that day, 100%. But usually, when it's just somebody driving like an asshole, or even if they flip me off, if I can, wave a gun at me, if it's just me, I don't care. I'm fairly good in those situations of being calm and looking at the big picture of saying what's most important is me driving safe right now and keeping head on a swivel and knowing what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Not what somebody did or almost did or whatever, because it didn't happen and so it doesn't matter and it's easy to let that go. But yeah, just like, seeing him do that, because after it happened, I looked over after he had been doing it, and I was like, this motherfucker, and it just, goddamn, it pissed me off. But
yeah, no, I was ready to throw down if we needed to. What car or bike are you looking into getting into next? Cars?
Question for every episode.
Yeah.
I think that's a good recurring fucking, because it changes about every week.
Yeah.
Consistently.
So
I'm right now looking at getting another bike, and you're always looking at getting another bike. And cars, I'm looking at those too, but mainly it's dailies that are so hard. I think as far as our pinnacle cars right now, we're both pretty happy with the way our cars are set, other than our dailies. I mean, that's a everyday fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's so much good shit out there.
Yeah, it is hard to pick, no doubt about it. I mean, so I got the Cayenne Turbo. It's a great car. Not crazy about the way that it looks. Porsche just came out with the Cayenne Turbo GT, which is a bad motherfucker, but it's the coupe, which to me kind of negates the daily driver aspect for me. Not that I would probably deliver a dog in there, I might, but to me, to at least be able to, if I had to, if there's something going on with the truck or for whatever fucking reason, like having that at least as an option I think is dumb not to have that in a daily driver for me. So that kind of narrows it down a fair bit in terms of getting rid of any sedans or wagons with too small fucking compartment spaces or what have you. So you're pretty much relegated to the Urus, the RSQ8, the fucking Cayenne Turbo, the X5M, the GLE 63S. I've test drove all of them with the exception of the Urus. I've never driven in one of those. But
hold up, was my question X5M or M5 earlier?
M. I wouldn't get the X5.
Okay.
To me, I wouldn't go with the X5 just because it's not enough different from what I already have for it to be.
That's where I was like, oh shit, because I've had the X6M, but not the X5M. Now I will tell you, without a doubt, my opinion, the best looking SUV, bar none, is a fucking X5M.
Yeah, for sure.
That fucking rear tire when you pull up behind that car.
No, it's a beautiful fucking car. I just for me, I will admit, like BMW, I'm just not really a fan of the driving experience, the steering and the handling of those cars. For me, there's just something that just to me it's like 720s.
Very disconnected.
Yeah, to me it's like a 720. For me, I know some people love it and they think it's the best, whatever. And I think that's just where personality comes in. For me, I don't fucking like it. But to the question, cars for me, the Pista's kind of ruined other cars. If I was going to get something else, the one thing I will say, we talked about this over the last week, is that I don't particularly like being recognized in it because it's as rare of a car as it is, both individually and the way that it's spec'd. There aren't any other dark gray Pistas with white double stripes and a blue middle stripe. Like they're just, I don't know that there's any more of those in the country. Maybe I don't know. If there is, there's maybe a couple of them, and none of them are in Texas. So the shitty part is I just don't like the fact that it's that attention grabbing. I get that people are probably like, well, why the fuck did you buy it? Like, how did you not know that? I knew that. It just going.
You didn't know how annoying it would be.
Yeah, I just didn't figure it would be as incessant as it is. I mean, it's like every time I go out, somebody's like, oh, I saw you at fucking, or hey, a buddy of mine saw you fucking, here or there, or, whatever. And it just, that shit gets old.
Yeah. I get tagged a lot or asked questions. Who is this? Sometimes I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. So I just want to go enjoy the car for what it is. And I could do without that shit, frankly. But
that's why you got to get something like my Mercedes is, nobody knows what that is.
Yeah. But
it's not a bright color.
Yeah. But it's unique enough to where, to me, you'd kind of have the same problem though.
Oh yeah. People message me and I had one message. I'm not going to say the name, but they work for you. And hey man, I love this car. I was like, this motherfucker, and he liked a bunch of other stuff I've shared. I was like, man, so I started profile stalking this motherfucker. So it was like a message that said, hey man, this may be a weird ass question, but do you work with Mike? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Now it's not, now I don't feel like as big of a fucking weirdo. Yeah.
So to me, again, going back to the question, I've thought about, like, to me, a 992 Turbo S with a tune on it is the perfect gray man fucking sports car. And that, there's so many other, so there's a ton of them around by comparison. They're very, or they're not obscure. They're very kind of plain looking in terms of, people aren't going to notice them the way that they're going to notice a Ferrari or a Lambo or a GT. Like, they're not super rare. And there's so many other Porsches that look just like them. The Carreras, the fucking, the older turbos, you name it. Like, there's just that look of a car is nothing special. Like, you're not going to get much attention. And especially on like a gray one, a white one, a black one with dark tinted fucking windows and no stickers or anything else on it, dude. You'll fucking fit in anywhere. And you put a tune on that. And the tune from, say, M Engineering, that would beat the fucking Pista,
That white one I sent you last night.
That's a bad motherfucker.
That bitch, and the price was not bad.
Yeah, for the money and for what you get and all that, it's a phenomenal fucking car. No two ways about it. But so I don't know. I've thought about the SF90, but I don't think that I would like it as much as I like the Pista. I don't think it's as good looking. For sure, it's faster, but it's also almost twice as expensive, which I don't think is worth it. I don't think it's twice the car.
No.
And so to me, it's that's why I've gotten so much more into bikes. Is again, I know we've said this a couple of times now, but it's just such a good car that's made me get more into bikes. Now for the bikes, fuck man, I mean that's one of the neat things about them is they're not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and so it's a lot easier to get one, try it for a couple months, get rid of it, trade it in, get a different one. It's a lot easier to do that and justify it because you're not spending so much goddamn money on them to where it's much more feasible. I ordered a Ducati SP, the V4 SP. I don't think it's ever going to come in, frankly. I ordered it months ago or put a deposit down on it months ago, and it was supposed to be here last month, and they're like, yeah, we have no idea if it'll ever come in. So, I don't know about that, but I wouldn't mind trying even though I already had one and got rid of it, the GSXR 1000R, which I had just the regular 1000. There's not a huge difference, but with an exhaust and tune and a couple of things done on that, it can turn that thing into a pretty legit bike. And one thing that the Aprilia has taught me in terms of what I like preference-wise is I like, just like in cars, I guess it shouldn't be any different on bikes, but I like a lot of torque on a bike.
Yeah, torque and handling.
Yeah, and the Aprilia is a fucking 92 foot-pounds of torque, which is absurd. Mm-hmm. But the GSXR is 87. I mean, the fucking BMW is 80.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, you got to wring that motherfucker out at 10,000 RPM to get that real juice out of it. So the GSXR is a relatively inexpensive bike. It's $17K for a brand new, R model of that, and you put $2,000 into it with exhaust tune, whatever, and you can turn that thing into a fucking monster. But the tough part is, I rode the Aprilia to the studio today, and that bike is just so fucking good that, like, I have the BMW S1000RR that is sitting in the garage. Like, if I'm going to go on a sport bike ride, I'm never going to ride that unless the Aprilia is broken. Like, just plain and simple, I'm just not going to ride it. And I think that the Suzuki would probably be the same fucking way. I don't know when I would say, yeah, I'm going to go on that instead of that. Honestly, I'd rather have a second RSV4 in case that one breaks. As dumb as that probably sounds, it's like that bike is just so fucking good. Like, I just...
like this weekend, I had the BMW out, tuned everything else, and I rode your RSV4. I think I rode it its first real break-in, long distance, and I fell in love with that bike. And then I finally put my BMW through its true paces, kind of fucking around, got up to some stupid speeds this weekend. And I think it was an hour later I messaged you, I'm thinking of getting rid of this and getting RSV4. Yeah. Just the handling was so much better.
Yeah, it's an amazing fucking bike, And the thing is, that's not to take away from the BMW. The BMW is a great phenomenal bike. It's just to me, it's kind of the difference between a high level Porsche and the Pista. Is that there's just such an experience to riding that fucking motorcycle that you just don't get on anything else that I've ever been on.
Yeah, people don't realize that the speeds you can throw those bikes around, and I talk about it all the time, is hip control. Yeah, how much you can control a bike with your hips. And the BMW is really good. The fucking Indians are horrible. That's you feel like a dude, a fucking man driving that. Yeah. This is the same way, but that RSV4, you could fuck around, get on some good music in your headphones, and you start fucking trying to jam out, and you're fucking wiggling your ass because it's that twitchy with your hips.
It's so surgical in the way that it handles. Like
it reminds me of, like you said, the Pista. If you take the BMW, I would class it as the 488 of bikes. Yeah. Because it's still a damn good fucking bike. But the same as your Pista, the V4R, RSV4 ruined my motherfucking BMW for me. And that's...
No, it does. It's same thing. That's the... I sold the first S1000 I got. And then when I decided to get back into it, I had watched a bunch of videos on the Aprilia, and I was like, fuck it, there's one down in Austin. A lot of people rave about them. I've got a buddy of mine, Mike, in in Pennsylvania that owns a Ford dealership or car dealerships, and he's got fucking, I don't know, like 15 motorcycles, mostly dirt bikes, but he's got an S1000 and an Aprilia, and he's got the 2020 Aprilia. And even he said, you know, he's got the BMW done the exact same way, a stage 2 Bren, the fucking full acro exhaust. I mean, it's done the exact same way, and a stock. And this is a 20. The 21 is a better bike than the 20 for sure. The upgrades that they made to the engine and to the seating position, and the tank is narrower too. But even he said, you know, BMW is a fucking great bike. I love it, but he said that Aprilia is just on a different level, you know.
And it could be my body style or my body type. I'm, of course, wider than you. The Aprilia feels better to me than the BMW. I like the BMW. I can do a good shit. I rode it for a tank of fuel this weekend.
Yeah.
Although some of it was at 190, almost 200 miles an hour. But the Aprilia just felt better to me. It didn't feel better when I was having to put my feet to the ground.
Yeah.
Because that seat's so wide at the front.
Yeah.
You feel it rubbing on your thighs.
Yeah,
it's a
taller bike.
They're there to ride, not stand on.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I want to see what this is like to stand on my garage.
Yeah. Circling back to your question, for me, cars really nothing right now. I mean, again, maybe an SF90, but I just don't think so. Nothing else really stands out as being something that I would want instead of the Pista, other than, again, maybe a 992 that's very, very subdued and kind of, you know, way less overt. But I don't see me switching out for that. On the bikes, the only thing I can think of maybe would be I think, you know, trying a high level Ducati just to see what it's like if it's better than the Aprilia. I don't know how it could be, frankly, but you know, that's something that I'm curious about. I'd like to get, you know, V4R or an SP or even, you know, try a Superleggera and just see, like, you know, is all the rave, because the only Ducati I've ever ridden was a 600 Monster years ago, and haven't ridden any of the other ones since. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just don't know that it could be like night and day better than the Aprilia. But
and the Aprilia, I mean, it's just a monster. I mean, for me, I'm always looking for new dailies, but right now I'm looking for my wife a new daily, me a new daily. The reason I'm doing it's to lower expenses, so I can put more into business stuff and personal stuff. With the economy the way it's been the past year, kind of said this last night in text, construction, it's been crazy. I can't raise my prices, so I can't raise my prices, but materials are going up. My margins are so tight that, I mean, my money's, so I'm doing it. But it's weird. I should have kept my wife in a Hyundai, because now I've put her in such nice cars. It's hard to go look at Hyundais, even for me. And I'm not saying Hyundais are bad cars, because those are some of the best fucking things you can have, them, Toyotas and Subarus and fucking Hondas. If you want long-term, badass, reliable cars, you go that route. Yeah. But you get used to the cars with the speed and all this shit. Even a chick, you know, like, this is slow.
You're the sushi chef.
Yeah.
Hawaii. Yeah. You gave her the good crab roll, and now you've done it, and you can't go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like code. You gave her the good crab roll.
That's right. You gave her the spicy tuna.
I have gave her the good crab leg.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to get, but I did mention I'm looking at an RSV4 now. Maybe a factory, probably not a factory. If the place you have, I'll go with the other one. But it's just such a good fucking bike. And the Challenger, although it does sit a lot, it's the rides we do put on them, they're so comfortable and it's a relaxing feeling, versus if I'm stressed in any kind of way, I really don't want to ride the fast bikes.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, if I could only have one motorcycle, it would be the Challenger.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, no two ways about it.
I'd throw a Lloyd's tune on it and get that little bit over 100 miles an hour. And
yeah, no, it's such a fucking fun experience on that thing.
Plus bitches like it.
That's right.
Describe some of your tattoos.
It's funny. I've got a running list of questions for the show, and one of them is definitely tattoos. I don't really have anything around it, but you guys have a few.
My shit's all random.
Mine too. Totally random. I lost a bet for half of them. I mean, mine are actually pretty fucking straightforward. On the left side, it's the Navy Gadsden flag kind of hybrid version. It's a rattlesnake. It's the "Don't Tread on Me" rattlesnake, but wrapped around my fucking arm with an anchor infused into it. On the right side, it's a rendition of the Navy SEAL trident. It's all the components: the flintlock, the anchor, the eagle, and the trident staff here, and it's all built kind of similar to what the pin is, but in a different way. So it's the trident, but not the trident, if that makes sense. The inner bicep here, it's just the E pluribus unum seal of the great United States of America. And then on my rib cage, I have the bone frog, which is pretty unique and specific to the SEAL teams. There was a guy, Keith Kimura, that died. He was an instructor and died he was a second phase instructor, and he died just before I checked into BUD/S. And a lot of the instructor staff, in fact, one of the guys he was one of my instructors, and then I was in a SEAL platoon with him, two of them actually, which was weird, to be in a platoon with your instructors. But great dude. But he was a really good artist, and he drew that bone frog. I think Keith maybe started drawing it and he finished it, or something like that, but drew it as a tribute to Keith. And a bunch of the instructor staff, when I was going through SEAL training, all got this bone frog tattoo to kind of celebrate and memorialize this guy. And so a whole generation of frogmen going through training at that time kind of saw that and was like, dude, that thing's badass. And what's neat about it is that if you know what that is from a mile away. But it's, like if you don't know, you wouldn't be like, oh, it's a SEAL thing, or whatever. So it's kind of an in the know thing, which is kind of neat, which is why I'm not showing it to you. But so I've got that on my rib cage, and then my first tattoo I ever got is just cute little seals and frogs band around my ankle, which is the classic first lame ass tattoo that I look at and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? But that's everything I have.
Yeah, yours all at least have meaning. The only one I have with some meaning is I got my wife's name and our wedding date. That's so I don't forget our anniversary.
You can't go wrong. Yeah. It's brilliant.
Because I'm old and fuck around, forget. Shit, I better buy this bitch flowers. Then I just like Stewie Griffin. So I added Stewie, but I made him a pimp.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then Star Wars, because I like Star Wars.
You got some Star Wars action for sure.
So this one, the big Darth Vader, used to be a portrait of my daughter.
Oh, no shit.
And she didn't like it as she got older. You know how they do through their teenage years.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing, Dad. Well, fuck you. So I went, covered it up with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And then this is the American flag, and then skulls and crows. And basically, I just wanted to fill some of it, so I would just go sit in front of my artist and tell him, hey, bro, put some cool shit on my arms.
Yeah.
And he'd do that.
You got chest and back at all? Or is it just arms?
No, I just have arms and a couple on my legs.
Okay.
Yeah, my legs, one of is the tiki guy doing the shocker. You chicks know what I'm talking about, doing the pink
You
one.
dirty fucking bitches know what he's talking about.
That's right.
So I got that, and then the normal first tattoo. It's like almost every guy's first tattoo is either a wraparound up here or something in this area.
Like barbed wire or tribal.
It never fails.
Yeah.
And I have the one right here on my fucking shin bone like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, hey, where's the best spot to do it? And them dude fresh out the penitentiary, hey man, right here, dog.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
It's skulls on fire.
That's dope.
Yeah.
When I was 16, 17, I begged my fucking parents to let me get a tattoo. I wanted to get a yin yang on my shoulder blade.
Oh man.
God, I wish they would have let me get it.
Me fucking too.
I'd kick my own ass. I'd still be making fun of myself.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Thank God George and Sandy didn't fucking buy off on
That's
that.
why I like George. George's a good guy.
Doesn't fuck around.
Yeah, he don't fuck.
He'll double leg drop your ass too and fucking go full mountain ground and pound your shit. Even at his age, he will fuck you up.
Yeah.
So when did you guys get your first tattoo?
That's personal.
Okay, fair. Yeah, that's fine. Mike doesn't have to say.
Mine was in the penitentiary.
Now my first tattoo was
I'm just kidding.
Mine was the ankle bracelet I got when I was 19. I got it on the desk of a State Farm insurance agent.
What a great story.
It was his son was doing tattoos illegally out of his dad's office at night, So I went up. This was, so I'm stationed. I've just been at SEAL Team 3 for a few months. And this SEAL and Frog logos, it was like a banner at the top of a SEAL magazine that comes out like every quarter, just like for the UDT SEAL Association. And I saw it. I was like, dude, that's cool as fuck, And anyway, so I went and laid on this fucking dude's desk, and he did it. But
It's his version of the yin yang now.
that's right.
Right. Well, I mean,
It's my version.
It's his version, yeah.
But
I wouldn't recommend everybody going and getting that.
yeah.
But then I got the bone frog I got when I was 20 or 21 down at Flesh Skin Graphics, which was owned by the SEAL Team 3 Master Chief Mike Martin, who is also the plank owner, founder, president of the Frogmen Motorcycle Club. And he just passed away last year. But,
Bummer.
But he was a fucking good dude, man. Amazing guy. He was a multi-Vietnam tour SEAL that got out after he got back from Vietnam for like 12 or 15 years, and then came back in the mid 90s, early 90s, and put us all through a bunch of training. Now, granted, mind you, this was pre 9/11, so you've got a salty fucking Vietnam frogman vet that's been to war and then some. That's putting us through like booby trap courses and fucking ambush courses and shit. Using all of his same fucking tricky dick tactics that he used in Vietnam. And god damn, that dude pushed the envelope. I mean, he'd set up booby traps where like quarter blocks of C4 were blowing up about where you're at from us patrolling through.
What is that, like
ringing.
12 feet? Like, people can't see me in here.
Like shit that I guarantee you, like from a mitigation protocol standpoint or whatever the fuck they call it nowadays, they wouldn't let that kind of training happen.
They should.
I agree. This was late 90s, and fucking it was awesome. Anyway, he owned the tattoo parlor, and that's where I got it done at. So it was kind of a dual special tattoo for me.
Did either of you ever have plans to like go big up your arms or chest or anything, or that just happened over time? Because Mike, I mean, you've got you both have some serious real estate now. I mean,
I never thought to myself like, man, I really want to be covered in tattoos.
Yeah, just gonna go for it.
It just kind of,
I thought it'd be trashy. I honestly did.
Happened that way.
Yeah.
But
Like it started out here, and then I was like, fuck it, I got this spot. And then it's like,
I mean, I think with most people, I mean, pretty much anybody, I mean, listeners chime in by all means, like tattoos are a lot like bikes and cars and pussy that way. It's addictive. Like once you get one, you want.
There's still times where I just want to go get tattooed.
Yeah.
And I don't even want shit. I just want to go get tattooed.
chop it up.
It's oddly calming.
Yeah.
And stress relieving.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it shouldn't be, because a motherfucker's digging into it.
I think it makes perfect sense, and that it's kind of like getting on a sport bike or a fast car. Is that it allows you to block everything else out of your life and focus on just that. Mm-hmm. And I think
it definitely does.
Yeah, and there's something about like memorializing a moment, right? Like they've done studies. People overwhelmingly normally are not big fans of getting tattoos, but as soon as you get your first one, almost everybody's down to get another one right away. They're like, oh man, I'll go next week and get another one. It's crazy.
The only one that's ever prolonged me from going back like right away is this one around my fucking finger.
Yeah.
This littlest one is the most painful fucking one I have.
What, the shin didn't do it? The first
Oh,
one
no.
on your shin?
I
wasn't
told
as bad?
my artist, I will punch you in the fucking throat if you don't hurry the fuck up and finish.
It's just like a wedding ring band,
Yeah.
right? That's it?
Yeah,
That
but
one
when he
kills you,
gets
really.
down in this webbing and hitting on and all that bone and shit, because there's not much there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and tattoos are weird that way in that there are places that you would think hurt that don't, and other places that you don't expect to hurt that about put you on your fucking knees. It's weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought this would have hurt at all, but right in here, he said
brutal, huh?
they have people pass out getting them in here.
Damn.
I was like, I didn't feel it was that bad. He said, but everybody's body's different.
Yeah.
Mike, you got a most painful
Let's see.
spot or something?
I will
where
say
you're just like,
there were
"God damn."
parts on my rib cage that were pretty tough, especially then. I was 7% fucking body fat too.
Oh yeah, that would suck.
Not that I'm fucking 20 now, but I'm certainly not as lean as I was back then. There's some spots up in my chest, up by my neck that were a little painful, and again, just weird parts on my
I'm
arms.
gonna say, was this one right in here?
No. So surprisingly, that one, The guy that did that was a guy that my brother introduced me to. I don't remember his name, but he was out in San Diego in Pacific Beach. I don't remember the name of him or the parlor, but he was the most lightest-handed fucking artist I've ever had.
Yeah.
To where, like, no bullshit, that entire tattoo, I almost couldn't feel it.
Oh wow.
The guy, and I will say also, the guy did it completely freehand.
No
with
shit.
with a jeweler's loop and a dollar bill. Like, he would look at the fucking thing, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, the dude's like a savant, fucking brilliant artist.
Wow.
Makes me want to go there and see if he's still doing it.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it almost tickled more than it hurt. Like, for most of it, and it took 4 hours. I mean,
Is this the one on your arm?
Yeah, this one.
Can I get a look at it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me. Freehand. God damn.
Freehanded. And, like, if you look real close, I mean, I've had it long enough to where some of the lines are blurred, but, like, in these little feathers or leaves, like, there's the spine and then the little veins. I mean, like,
Oh, it's in there.
The detail in it is just fucking stupid.
Holy shit.
The guy that did this tattoo is actually fairly famous. He won one of those Ink Master editions.
Oh man.
Ant Mike is his handle. I think it's Anthony Michaels is his name.
That sounds familiar as hell.
Like a 6'7" black dude that played like amateur / pro ball in Europe and Mexico and stuff. And similarly, really good artist. Most of what he does is more realism and portraits and stuff like that. But he's in a shop in Tucson, and he did this before he went on the show. But yeah, he did
the detail work and line work on that was fucking good.
Yeah, especially I'm not going to take my fucking shirt off, but the eagle is probably the most impressive part of it.
Yeah.
Like the wing and the feathers and stuff going up on my chest and neck. Is really, really well detailed.
Yes. Someone asked me how much money I have into mine, and I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. The other, not to make this all about my tattoos, but this tattoo, similarly, especially war paint, out in Joey Nobody is his name, but he's a tattoo artist out in Virginia Beach who's tattooed half the fucking SEAL teams. Like, pretty much everybody on the East Coast goes to this guy.
His name is Joey Nobody?
I mean, that's his...
It's a cool fucking tattoo.
It's not his real name.
Yeah.
Well, that's a rad name, yeah.
War Paint is his handle on fucking Instagram. But again, really, really good artist, and just, to me, because of what they are, it's neat to have, like this one was done by, Mike Martin's shop. This one was done by the Ink Masters guy. This one was done by the shop in Virginia Beach that he fucking tattoos pretty much everybody out there. So they all have meaning. They all, the people that did them, mean something to me as well. And it's just it was an important component to it. I didn't want to do like Matt and just
he didn't want to just ruin his fucking body.
Just go get shit for no reason.
I do want to do one of them fucking ones where they cap you.
Yeah, like the ink blot kind
Like,
of.
I'd want it to
the Samoan bone fucking ink one.
I'd want it to start out small. That way, if it's really bad, I can finish. But if it grew into some big shit.
Yeah.
Because that's how Dwayne Johnson's part of his is the old school Samoan, and then it just grew. And as new artist, he uses a fucking gun. But it's a trip. My artist is actually pretty soft-handed too, and there's a few times where I've told him, "Bitch, I will fucking hit you in the fucking eye if you don't hurry the fuck up." But for the most part, he's like, "Bro, this is gonna hurt. Give me 20 minutes."
Yeah.
And
Hold your breath for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's right.
The guy that did my rib cage one was a little bit that way. Was the opposite of light-handed. Like, to me, it felt like it was a bit of a pissing contest because when I came in, he's like, "Do you have any tattoos?" And I was like, "Well, I have this one on my ankle." He's like, "So no," and he was like, "You want what? Where?" I was like, "Well, the bone frog." Right? He's like, "And you want it that fucking?" He's like, "That's covering your entire fucking rib cage." He's like, "How many settings you want to do this in?" And, I mean, he kind of had a chip on his shoulder, like, "You're gonna get that, huh?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I would like that." He's like, "Well, how many settings you want to do it in?" And I was like, "I'd love to get it done in one, just to be done with it." And he's like, "There is no fucking way you're gonna sit there for one session." I was like, "If you can do it, I can do it." He's like, "We'll see about that," and like, it felt like he was trying to hurt me,
Yeah.
And so for me, especially being a 21-year-old, young, dumb, full of cum fucking frogman that is getting ready to go overseas. Like, I mean, there were times where I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
But I would not make a noise. I would not fucking say, can we take a break? Like it was almost 5 hours straight of him doing it. He had to take several fucking breaks. And I told myself, I was like, I will not give this motherfucker the satisfaction of me saying I need a break. And so we did it in one setting, and it was a motherfucker.
The longest I went's 8 hours.
Yeah.
And it was hell.
What'd you get for 8 hours? Like, did you like
Stewie,
multiple, or?
this. So I did these.
You did them all in the same session.
Yeah, these two right here. This knife, and I can't remember.
I guess you came back for coloring, or they do it all in one?
No, I do it all in one.
Shit.
Yeah, both of my arms were 2 sessions each.
Yeah.
And similarly, they were about 8 hours for the outline and then 8 hours for the fill-in. The bitch of it was, for both of them were in places that were, halfway across the country. One of them was in Arizona, coming from Texas. The other one's in Virginia Beach. So I went and got the outline done, came back, had to wait until it was completely fucking healed, and came back, a month and a half later, 2 months later, and then they finished it in both cases. So yeah, it was about 8 hours, eight and a half hours.
That shit sucks when you do them same time.
Yeah.
It's fucking, because when they outline, it's one thing. Then they go back and do some shading, especially if they're going to color.
Yeah.
And then they go back over shading and throw color in. And the one settings, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of shit. I make a lot of horrible mistakes in life, and that's probably some of them.
So I don't have any tattoos. So we'll
Don't
probably make a Patreon stretch goal. I'll get a tattoo of the show logo.
I tell my wife all the time, she's like, I want a tattoo. She's been set up 3 or 4 sessions, and I was like, don't get it.
She's booked sessions in that then?
Yeah.
Okay, I just haven't, yeah.
Yeah,
Here's actually a fucking cool picture. We'll have to post that of me getting the one from that Aunt Mike's guy.
Oh, that's badass.
Send that to me. I'll throw it on.
Yeah, that's fucking badass.
Yeah. So
I think your exhaust is there.
I hope so. Well, fucking Fabio's there, fucking detailing shit.
Oh, okay. Every time you call me that shit fucks me up.
So if I was going to get a tattoo,
Yeah.
I shouldn't get it on my leg or ankle. That's what you're saying? That's the worst spot?
I'd get a hairy cock and balls on your lower back.
Okay, yeah. Right over the top of my ass, right? Yeah.
Just remember, it's something you're going to have to live with. So just because it's cool when you're 20, just because it's cool when you're 30, like all mine, when I'm 60, 70 years old, if I make it that long, are pretty fucking stupid. But yours all have meaning, and they have stories behind it. It's like, why did you get Stewie? Bitch, shut up.
Yeah.
That's why I got Stewie. Why are you in my fucking business?
Why'd you get SpongeBob? Because I was high as fuck, eating cereal, watching SpongeBob, and I thought it was a good idea.
People ask me, why did you get this screw? So in the screw, it says yourself. And I had just got in an argument with a customer.
Nice.
And I was like, man, them motherfuckers can go fuck themselves. He said, well, we're doing a screw. I was like, man, put yourself in there. I was like, all right, I got you.
Fucking awesome.
That's great.
Like there's one, and I think I've told you before, he's told me, I'll do that bitch for free. All you got to do is come up here.
Yeah.
And that should be your first one, Zach. We'll go get them together.
What's up?
I am not saying it on the air.
All right.
That'd be a good reveal episode, though.
Yeah, and they're cancel at the same time.
Yeah. I wonder if we can get a fan to get like Zach's sister tattooed on them.
I'm sure
Just
they
for
would.
laughs. Yeah. Somebody's probably fucking.
Brandon's talked about doing the logo,
Yeah.
the Uninfluenced logo. I don't know. I want more. I still got to finish doing the insides of my arm, but with all the free time I have, I just haven't had a chance to go finish.
You're so busy doing nothing all the time, right?
Yeah, that's what my wife says. You're not doing anything, bitch.
Reminds me of a Christmas vacation. Hey, Clark, you're not doing anything productive. Go in the other room and get my stogie.
Get my stogie.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can get for you, Uncle Lewis? Yeah. God, I love that.
All right, I know this answer for you. I think we've talked about it on the show. Worst injury or surgery?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's impossible not to do the fucking left tricep with a Vulcan fracture by far. I broke my jaw when I was 4. I broke my collarbone and tore my left bicep tendon when I rolled a fucking Polaris razor back in 2013, 14.
That is a good story. We need to tell people that story one day.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I mean, I fucking tell it now if we have time.
Yeah.
So myself, my buddy Wayne Dodge, and Mike Suttle, and Don Blair, three of the best canine trainers in the world, in my opinion. The four of us were teaching a police canine seminar out in West Virginia at Mike's property. And he had 2 or 3 Polaris Ranger Razors, which, goddamn, those things are fun as fuck to drive around. But right in the fucking Greenbrier Mountains, like an amazing fucking property. He's got a couple thousand acres. But he runs cattle as well, or his family and the surrounding areas do, and so he's got some alfalfa and hay fields and shit that he has that at that time had just been fucking harvested, and so it was loose, freshly tilled soil, and the soil there is like potting soil. I mean, it's like really, really rich, soft, dark soil, and it was just slightly damp, like it was, perfect for fucking driving an SUV, a fucking, a Ranger Razor around. So I'm fucking, we're hauling ass and doing donuts and just tearing up shit and whatever. And Wayne's son, Bryce, who at the time was like 9, 10 maybe, is like, hey, Uncle Mike, you take me for a ride? I was like, fuck yeah, jump in. So he gets in, I'm like, put your seatbelt on, like a dumbass. I made sure he put his on, but I didn't put mine on. And we're tearing ass around, doing all the same shit, but for some reason, when we were spinning, it was like subconsciously with him in the car, when we started to slide, I backed off. So I backed off the gas, and when I did that, the wheels stopped spinning. When they stopped spinning, they gripped and just fucking flipped us. And the initial flip threw me out the top, and then it rolled around, and my fucking, I don't remember which foot, I think my left foot got caught in the steering wheel, and then it went 1.5 more times over with my foot caught in the fucking steering wheel.
Holy shit.
How the fuck it didn't kill me is beyond me. How it didn't tear my fucking ACL, MCL, and everything else in my knee. Wasn't even sore. But my fucking left collarbone was broken, and my fucking left bicep tendon was partially torn, not totally torn. And he was fine. We fucking land upside down, and I'm spilt out the fucking side, my foot caught in the thing, and like I said, that just the roll cage alone, how like my head didn't get smashed by it or whatever is fucking beyond me. But he was fine. He was a little bit shaken up, but. Yeah, so that's
you don't want to tell the people the stubborn part that your ass went on and trained the next day. And
yeah, so I mean, we were in the middle of well, bear in mind, like if I had just been there hanging out, I would have gone to the hospital or whatever. But there's police canine handler teams from all over the country that have traveled there, and whatever. And so we did it happened on a Wednesday night. I did Thursday and Friday. The rest of the course, and then Friday I drove from West Virginia back to Texas, because that's the VA for you, is that it's not life-threatening. Like the only time you can go to an emergency room with any type of VA, insurance or whatever, is if it's life-threatening, if you're not, retired. So I drove fucking 18 hours straight home, and then when I got back, tried to go into the VA, and they're like, it's not life-threatening, make an appointment with your your local VA clinic, which is 45 minutes away. And so I did, and it took them 7 weeks to get me in. And so at that point I go in, and it's a lady physician assistant. She's like, yeah, your shit's fucked up. She makes an appointment at the Dallas VA, which took another 6 weeks for them to get in for an MRI. So at this point, it's
your shit's healed.
13 fucking weeks after it happened. And they're like, well, yeah, it's partially healed, but it's fucked up. So you can go to rehab at the Bonham VA, which is the closest to where you're at, which is an hour and 10 minutes from where I lived, 3 times a week. And I was like, fuck you, I'm not driving 2.5 hours round trip 3 times a week for you to give me some fucking rubber band cheese dick fucking contraption to try to rehab this thing. So I just it healed normally. It still bothers me, like my collarbone's still a little bit, and the tendons in this bicep are, they'll just kind of feel tendinitis-y or whatever, a little more than usual. There's scar tissue and shit built up in there. But
My worst one's probably my motorcycle wreck at 120.
yeah, I don't know how.
Pretty good,
I don't
man.
know how it couldn't be that.
Yeah. Yeah, I melted my gloves into my hand.
You gonna hit the story for any new listeners?
Oh, I wrecked a motorcycle at 120 drag racing, doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. It's usually when anything cool happens.
That's the funny thing about cool things. Right?
Yeah.
Most good stories start with, so I was doing some shit I shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
So there I was.
And I take off street racing, and a dude pulls out in front of me, and I T-bone him. Both bikes explode.
So both bikes hit the car?
No. So he was on a bike, and
I
he
got
turned out, and I hit him right at the back of where the clutch is, and his bike split in half, and my forks blew it apart.
Was he with your crew of people?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and he knew better. Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things. The more you get it's comfort. The more you get comfortable, you're like, shit, I've done this 5 times.
The more complacent you get.
Yeah, and that's when you fuck up. And I mean, same for us. I didn't see him turn around, so I should have waited. But yeah, I slid on the ground for, I think it was 150, 200 yards. So my gloves melted into my hand. I shattered the ball off my ankle, and I didn't realize it, but my knee was fucked up. So I had to have surgery on my knee. Shit, we threw the bike in the back of the truck, and I go up to Whataburger and put my fucking hands in ice, and everybody's, you got to go to the emergency room. Adrenaline, I'm fucking up, running around, smoking cigarettes, having a good time. That shit was a blast, everybody. Shit, yeah, I'll get a new bike. Go to the emergency room. Lady's like, what happened? Everyone was freaking out. You got to go to the ER. About then, I didn't even notice my ring was an oval, and they had to cut it off my hand. They couldn't even get it, and it was dug in. But ladies, what happened? I wrecked a motorcycle, and she's fucking black lady, mad as hell, working at the ER at night, and she's like, okay, well, how fast was you going, you think? I said, last I looked down, it was 120. She said, oh my fucking God. And she fucking strapped a neck brace around me. They put me on a board, and I didn't walk out of the emergency room.
So what'd you order at Whataburger?
I didn't, but I did go back like a week later at the same street races, racing. I didn't even let them cast they put a temporary cast on. I took that off, and I rode at a friend's funeral the next week.
So that's maybe not a bad reason to ride, right? That's a bit of a different beast.
Oh,
Friend's
no,
funeral,
I
but-
needed all my shit fixed.
I
I
don't,
should have.
yeah, I don't get how both of you guys just kind of get up and stroll away from this thing. Mike, I get a little bit more. Your collarbone's fucked, which I hear is brutal, along with your bicep.
I mean, any human being in those scenarios, it's adrenaline that saves your ass. Like, it's nothing specific to.
I guess.
You don't even feel I mean, you know something ain't right, but
When you
me,
say-
I didn't feel the
When you
pain.
say you shattered your ankle, like how the fuck? What do you?
It's still, so
yeah. How do you even get up
you know,
away
the
from that?
bone connects from, what is that, your femur, all that shit connects, then you start getting your foot.
Yeah.
That ball
That
that
joint,
your
yeah.
tennis shoes cut out for, half of mine's gone still.
Jesus.
It's sheared off.
Yeah.
They don't know if it's when the back, if I hit the pegs and it just sheared it, or all the knocking around.
God damn.
And then 30% or 40% of the cartilage has been taken out of this knee
Yeah.
because of that wreck.
What happened to the dude you hit?
So, you know where the clutch is on your bike? He was going, and he seen us in reaction. It was deer in the headlight deal. He stopped, freaked out because he sees 2 bikes coming at him. So if he'd have just kept going, the wreck would have never happened, but he freaked. So he hits, and he puts his feet down. Right where he put his feet down is where my bike hit. So no joke, I knocked the bike out from underneath him. All he had was some scratches
Holy shit.
where the bars cut his legs.
God damn.
But other than that, he was fine. He walked
Miracle
away.
level shit.
Another
yeah.
2 inches and he'd have lost his fucking leg. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a miracle nobody died in that wreck. I mean, or got way worse, fucked up.
Did the guy you were racing get in it at all? Or?
I don't know. That dude kept going.
Yeah. He won the race, motherfucker.
He's like, I finished, bitch.
Like, I won, bitch. Fucking pay up.
That's right.
And the guy that actually took my bike, he was in his pickup truck. He's an ex-state trooper. Well, he's only an ex because he died on a motorcycle. But he took my bike for me, took it back to my shop, and everybody's flipping out because my painter's up there. This is back when I built cars all the time. My painter's up there, and they see my bike before me. And again, I jump out of this Honda Civic that's fucking cutting traffic, trying to get me to the emergency room. I ain't worried about the emergency room. I'm like, fuck this. It was over off a Luna in 35.
What year was that?
Shit, my daughter was 6. So 2004, 2005.
What bike were you on? You remember?
I was on my 600, Honda 600 F4i.
Do you have pictures?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I
was
have.
gonna say it was 2004. Yeah, like
I've shown y'all the helmet, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so I have the helmet, the jacket, I have the gloves.
Yeah.
I have all that from the wreck still. And it just reminds me. And I mean, if you watched me ride Saturday and paid attention, it looks like I've never learned my fucking lesson.
Oh, what happened Saturday?
Oh, I drove like a fucking crackhead on the way back from the meet. That's when I had someone say, you did good at keeping up with us. And I was being respectful on the way to the meet. And I'm riding slow, riding back, watching the traffic. Same thing I did the last time I rode and y'all drove. And he comes up and he's like, yeah, man, you did a pretty good job keeping up with us. And I'm, bitch. So when we left, we hit the George Bush. And I think you knew it was about to happen because I downshifted and you just gave me a little bit and I just fucking shot between some cars and just fucking.
Yeah.
And that's when
I
I
like fucking have at it. You know?
I hit 190.
Damn.
That's when I stopped looking.
I was gonna say, what's driving like a crackhead? Fast and loose, or just driving fast?
Like I was cutting through cars.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
it
you're
wasn't shit.
man.
And I have weird vision when I'm on a motorcycle. Like I am not opposed to getting on the shoulder and passing a motherfucker on a motorcycle.
It's easy.
But I have to pay attention and make sure, okay, that's a clean shoulder. I have 100 yards of clean shoulder to make this move.
And that's always where there's keys and screws and fucking, little shit that you can't really see, but that are fucking stashed, over there.
Oh yeah, and that that turnpike is prime for it, right?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of big shoulders out there.
I love the fucking. I ain't gonna lie. I've used the bonus lane in my car on the fucking bush.
Yeah.
I've seen you do it more than once.
He's seen me do it a bunch.
Yeah, I've seen you do it a couple of times.
I look over. Oh, bonus lane.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the reason I don't like to fuck with it is just that you never know what the fuck's on the side that you can't see, and I just don't want to run over some shit that's gonna make me have a blowout, and fuck everything up. But,
Yeah, I'm the reason we should be recording more. I mean, we both drive stupid, but there's times where I just get frustrated at the drivers around us. Not anything we're doing, and I'll do some of the dumbest shit that in my mind, and if I'm sitting here thinking I would tell you never fucking do this. It's the do as I say, not as I do fucking mentality.
Yeah.
It's every bit of what a parent does is don't do this shit, and the next fucking thing I'm fucking shooting off in a shoulder. Like there's an on-ramp, and people don't realize as cars are coming on, that is the perfect spot to fucking shoot a gap.
Yeah.
And I'll fucking do it on a bike and a car. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Bold man.
Fucking A.
Yeah. We good?
I think so. Yeah, there's something else I want to ask you about, but I can't remember what it is.
It's only 4.5 inches.
Oh, all right.
But it's round
Hard?
like
Across.
it's round like a tuna can.
Yeah.
Think about it. They were talking about our beards and shit. I'm thinking of dyeing my shit again.
I was gonna. That's something I've been thinking about asking for a
was
while,
talking
but I
about?
feel like that's probably worth a larger conversation. Is beards, man? Because you guys got clean cuts, and mine is scraggly as fuck, and I cannot get to what you guys are doing.
Funny
So
thing
let's-
is, if you'd have saw me last night,
yeah.
so I shave Wednesday night.
So you shave
For
once
the show.
You trim up once a week.
It depends if I'm doing. Like if we're going out somewhere nice, I get cleaned up. But if I ain't seeing nobody but Mike and my wife and dumbasses throughout town, I don't give a fuck. My shit's all fucked up till Wednesday night. And then I shave for the show. But yeah, I let my shit grow and then I just shave, clean it up.
What was the question, or what were people asking about?
They were like, "Oh, Matt has perfectly lined gray hair," and I'm like, "Bitch, I want my shit to be fucking brown."
That's right.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And it was some of the chicks and the Randy guy was talking about. I'm like, I want my shit fucking nice and dark and business.
That's fair.
If
Salt and pepper's bad.
you ever meet my brother, my oldest brother,
Yeah.
dude has a fluffy ass beard, ain't hardly any gray in it. Like he has the every now and then gray popping out. But
Yeah.
this is the difference between a motherfucker, and I'm not saying he ain't stressed out, but I live on stress. Like I get to where I'm comfortable and I'll hey, Mike, you got anything you're not doing that you want me to stress out about? I'll take it.
Yeah. What can I help with?
I saw a couple of studies that said that gray hair in everywhere, I mean, not just in your facial hair, but your head, your fucking body, whatever, can actually be reversed to a certain extent.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Especially if you took the element, because they say a lot of it's your body reacting to not the chemical imbalance. It starts coming out gray. It's still a hair follicle growing, but it can't be colored. And if you reverse that, relaxing more, blood pressure, eating right.
Yeah, and I think there's hormones involved, pituitary gland, fucking growth hormone. I mean, there's a lot of mechanisms at play. I think that you've got to balance everything out, for it to work. It's not just like, oh, eat this fucking, weird fucking Chinese echinacea fucking root, and it'll, you got to do a bunch of shit to get everything in line for it to happen. But I did see that was possible. But
I found a cool study last night. I ain't gonna throw that shit out on the air because apparently it's not popular. But
Hold on. You can't do that.
Yes,
you give
I
us a
can.
hint? A little bit of a teaser?
Yes, I can.
we'll talk about it after the show and not tell you guys about it.
I shared shit with him. He didn't even know about it, and I felt like I just came up with a motherfucking winning lottery ticket.
Oh. All right.
Now I know what you're talking about. It is a fucking surprise, but
Yeah.
but not for the show.
And I
So
can't
you're welcome.
believe Manscaped ain't picked us up yet.
Yeah.
As clean as these motherfucking beards are, you motherfucking suck.
So I was gonna say, you guys trim them yourselves, or you like get that when you get a haircut or anything?
I
Go to
trim
a
mine
salon?
myself.
I trim mine myself,
You
yeah.
just got like a trimmer you got?
I have expensive ass trimmer and a safety razor. I safety razor mine. I've been trying to get used to a straight razor because that's the best fucking shave you'll get. But I got one of them jankety ass ones.
I use a fucking Gillette Mach 5 for my neck and cheeks.
Bougie.
And
You
it
probably
works.
got that heated one too, didn't you?
No. I mean, no, I use the
Have you
regular Mach
used
5.
the safety razor ever? Like a good one? I shit you not, any guy out there with a beard that does this, tries a straight line here and does any trimming up here, if you get used to a safety razor, you'll never fuck with another razor ever.
Really?
But now I won't use a safety razor when I'm trimming here, and when I'm tattooing, I shave everything off my body.
Right.
But a safety razor, a good safety razor, dude,
Really?
it's fucking, and that's probably why I don't have to shave as much, because it pulls and cuts cleaner.
Yeah.
It's just like when you go to a good barber who hits you with, it's the next closest to the straight razor.
Wow.
I wish I could figure out straight razor.
Well, I have like a little bigger trimmer. It's not a full blown set of clippers, but it's like a beard trimmer with different guards and shit. It's nothing super fancy that I'll use to take some of the length and
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got your heights figured out, right?
Yeah,
You use
and
the
then-
right, yeah.
And then I have just a small, like little, not micro, but like a small beard trimmer with no guard on it, a wall one that I'll do like around my fucking lips and the tighter shit and
trims.
whatever. But that's it. I use those three, and I trim my own shit.
You guys
that
keep it
motherfucker
together?
probably
I
got
use
one.
a fucking.
He got one in his car. Bet you.
do.
If it's not this car,
Well,
it's in the truck.
I mean, I don't have one on the bike, but
I'm
I do.
not-
I keep a little micro fucking trimmer in my truck.
Yeah.
I do the same shit when I'm
So yeah,
Good for you.
especially like on a road trip, I got like a
those
wild
hairs.
card that's fucking
Yeah.
a toad jumper that's fucking flying in your mouth or whatever. Yeah,
It's right here.
it drives you nuts.
If I can do this and get a hair on my lips, nah.
If I don't have the trimmer, like, and I'm on a road trip, dude, I'll chew half my beard off trying to get. I mean, we talked about that, but
Yeah, I'll grab it with my teeth and yank with my
Yeah,
teeth and
shouldn't drive you
shit.
fucking
I look like a motherfucker trying with Tourette's or something. or
It's like you're trying to
fucking
bite your
tick.
own tail. Yeah.
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 That's great.
Well, people, make sure to check us out. Patreon, Bonfire. The link below is where we got t-shirts. We got t-shirts. I need to get the hats going. I'll do that when I finish moving. Everywhere where podcasts are, we're all over that shit. So check us out. Make sure to check out Mike Drop. Mike's Patreon is also Patreon/Mike Drop, right?
Yeah, patreon.com/uninfluenced and patreon.com/mic drop. You can't miss them. Cool
Yeah.
things happening over there. Come check them out.
Cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's where we're doing a lot of stuff. It's all going to be popping up with more and more content showing all kinds of crazy shit. And that's where we're going to transition more of the car stuff to, is the Patreon pages and the more personal shit.
And we're gonna go from here out into the parking lot and fuck with the Aprilia motorcycle.
Yeah.
Might as well get a short video of that.
And touch my dick. Peace, bitches.